Manchester United have drawn with Chelsea at Old Trafford 1-1, though I thought we could win this game of football because I thought that being at Old Trafford would have gone ahead to do something different into this beautiful game of football altogether. But all in all, I tell you, Manchester United have not gone ahead to lose under Ruud van Nistelrooy, knocking out Leicester City, drawing with Chelsea. And if you're outside there and you're really shocked about this draw, let me try to bring you up to speed. Before they came into this game of football, this was the most drawn fixture ever since the Premier League started in 1992, and 19 draws have been registered in this fixture, if at all you never knew. So today has marked the 20th draw into this game of football. You understand? So it shows you that this game is so much comprised of draws, though for me I thought that this time round they had an edge of really beating Chelsea because we were at home, and I think these players have gone ahead, obviously, pick out those combinations together, and they went ahead of putting a very beautiful shift altogether according to their potential, according to the injury list that you're really having. You cannot come out and really blame the manager, because sometimes you look at the bench and ask yourself, if he took off Manuel Ugarte because of a red card threat or a second bookable offense threat, he had no one to bring in apart from Lindelof, though we know to it that Lindelof went ahead, obviously, play in the CDM area when he was playing at Benfica. But I think if you had Eriksson, would have gone ahead, obviously, offer a better job into that time, especially when Ugarte was taken off, because it really looked like something was missing when Ugarte really went ahead. Because when Ugarte was taken off, because he was really covering huge distance, and a lot went ahead to happen. So welcome to this channel, and let's see close to 200 likes much in this video. A draw for Manchester United and Chelsea, and for Chelsea it works out well for them because they're now having 18 points, and United is now having 12 points in 10 games. Out of the 30 points, we've gone ahead to collect 12, meaning that we've gone ahead to lose 18, which is not good news for everyone who supports the club of Manchester United, and that really leaves us into a very, 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 very bad state as we, the people who support Manchester United, because I believe that this game was winnable. I thought it was winnable, but one of the things that I want to note out or to call out for is Alejandro Garnacho. I've gone ahead to see people come out and say he's still young, don't judge him. I'm like, guys, we have players who are younger than Garnacho, and they're really doing the real thing when it comes to their end product. You get Alejandro Garnacho is now 20 years, I think, if at all I'm not mistaken, 19 or 20, one of those, but he is really too selfish. All he does is to obviously go out and really shoot anyhowly. If he can really rectify his game and improve his end product, he can be one of the deadliest goal scorers in the Premier League, because he is really good, but he forces things a lot. You get, in this game, I saw him on several occasions forcing things a lot, something that is really uncalled for in games of this magnitude. In games of this magnitude, you just need one moment and obviously kill it off. For example, if you remember, the way we obviously went ahead, obviously get a penalty from Rasmus Højlund, that was his first touch, I think, in the opposition's box. You get, in the entire first half, he never got a touch into the opposition's box. That is the guy himself, known as Rasmus Højlund. So when you add up things like those, you obviously have to understand that it's not gonna be an easy call. It's really gonna be a hard call for United, and in a games like this, you need a player like Rasmus Højlund to take that one chance, get your penalty, and see Bruno Fernandes banging it in the back of the net. That is it. The chance that Bruno misses when he tries to pass the ball to, I think, was it Joshua Zirkzee or Rasmus Højlund, and it deflects off a play of Chelsea, and it goes into the penalty area box, and he shoots it anyhowly. I was really pissed, and I was like, what the fuck is this? You get? I've already told you that games like this are won by composure. I tell you, United came up with a plan of going in for Hollywood passes, and I don't know who really was the orchestrator of all this, because long balls had turned out to be long balls each and every time. And I think the only perfect long ball I saw, I think there were two. The perfect long ball I saw was from Manuel Ugarte. When he switched play to the right side, Rashford controlled it well and then put in a very deadly cross that was really swept out of the reach of United players by Rich James. You understand? So that's what I saw. But most of the balls were really inaccurate, and they are really uncalled for. And you saw to it that every time we got hold of that ball and we played like tiki-taka, we could move that ball faster. And you were like, why don't we really continue to play like this? Because we're at home and we can do something. We can orchestrate something. And all of the chances that you saw United get were all about courtesy of composure coming in through from the players of Manchester United. So I think that game of football really had lots of lapses for the club of Manchester United. Even Chelsea never looked good. They never looked good. And I was like, are these the players that were arrested for 11, that were arrested for 7 days? You know, they came in throughout Old Trafford, and I never really saw them really outmatching Manchester United in energy. Because if I'm Enzo Maresca, I would have gone ahead, obviously come up and obviously tell them that, you know, these players played into the midweek and you guys were arrested, right? So what is the game plan? Obviously, let's run them down for the entire 90 minutes, because they had all the guts, they had all the gas, they had all the batteries charged, but they couldn't. You get? And there is nothing special they really did, apart from, I think, Palmer, because for him, he disturbed us a lot, and that's why you saw to it that Manuel Ugarte was really put out, obviously, stop that guy, and he was playing the midfield. But you saw to it that he really had moments of brilliance, you know? He had moments of brilliance as a player, and you can't really rule him out. And this way I tell people that United needs a better 10. If we can have a 10 who is composed, I tell you, we can kill off very many games. I tell you, we can win very many games of football if we really get a better 10, you know. But kudos to Bruno Fernandes. He scored a penalty. You never know. This might act as a comeback for him, you know, because he has been really playing well ever since we played against Brentford. West Ham, though he played 45 minutes. In the game of Leicester City, he looked really a little bit a more improved Bruno, but not yet to the levels that we think Bruno Fernandes is supposed to be playing at. And people misquote us when we come out and obviously blame him with not loving him. But we love the player, but we blame him for the levels we expect him to be playing at. Casemiro in that midfield with Manuel Ugarte playing for the very first time 2 consecutive games together. That is really for the very first time going to play together. And I think we can build onto that. You get some sloppy passes from Casemiro. Recoveries were really looking good into the mix. So I think that's what United really looked like on the day. I don't have much to talk about into that game. Amadi Diallo coming on and obviously showing us his quality. And I really caution the manager on as to why we really don't start Amadi Diallo. You see to it that when he comes in, it really gives us that composure that helps other players come into play, you know. That's a player like him is really needed badly, because his main aim is to really find out those penetrating passes to the players around him, and he's really unselfish. That is what we should be doing in here at the club of Manchester United. So let's go to the stats and see how this game of football was. 11 shots by Manchester United. Chelsea had 12. 4 shots on target by Manchester United. 3 shots on target by Chelsea. 46% ball possession by 46% ball possession by Manchester United. Chelsea had 54% ball possession. 402 passes completed by Manchester United. Chelsea completed 467. 79% passing accuracy by Manchester United. Chelsea had 83% passing accuracy. Then 19 fouls by Manchester United. 14 fouls by Chelsea. 6 yellow cards to Manchester United and 2 yellow cards to Chelsea. 0 red cards to both sides. 4 offsides to Manchester United and 0 offsides to Chelsea. 4 corners to Manchester United and 8 corners to the side of Chelsea. So let's go to the table and see how the table is really standing. Liverpool is on top, 25 points in 10 games, meaning that they've only gone ahead to lose. They've dropped 5 points out of the possible 30 as the side of Liverpool. Man City is second, 23. They've dropped 7. Nottingham Forest have dropped 11 points. Chelsea have dropped 12. They come into the 4th position, displacing Arsenal because they're really having a better They're having a better goal difference than Arsenal. Then Arsenal is having 18 points. Aston Villa has been beaten by Spurs today. They're having 18 points. Spurs is having 16. Brighton is having 16. Bournemouth is having 15. Newcastle is having 15. Brentford is having 13. Fulham is having 12. United is having 12 points in the 13th position. That's how the table of football really looks like. And Manchester United is going to be playing Leicester City next into the league. And this is where they obviously need to collect 3 points before we go into the international break to at least get to 15 points. This is the worst ever start for the club of Manchester United in Premier League history. That's how things are really panning out. So guys, I call upon for your reactions into the comment section below about United 1, Chelsea 1. I never went ahead, obviously, find lots of things, obviously, talk about that game of football. Though my most criticizing side is all about us not winning this game of football. When you look at that goal that we concede, I think would have gone to do better. You know, Caicedo had all time to obviously wait for that ball to fall and obviously shoot. You ask yourself, where were other players? So it is really very, very bad. Yet we are really transiting from our goal outside of the Genius box area, and we couldn't obviously see bodies being thrown under, you know, to stop that ball from obviously crossing the line. So thank you very much for watching through. I sign out for now. See you later, and let's see what Vanessa was gonna hit to say, and very many others. Bye bye, my mates, and see you later.